and Muslims will shine in the United States. Muslims in the United States are not a liability. Muslims here are an asset to everyone. Muslims are blessing. Muslims are not on the welfare. Muslims are contributing to the economy, to the strength, to the values and the fabric of the society. They should be proud of us, and nobody should hold us accountable for any wrongdoing by some Muslims here or anywhere. The guilt and collective guilt that's going to be passed to Muslims should be rejected by all Muslims and everyone who has a conscience in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, but to finish with this point, we have a serious homework to do. As you know, CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, we are a civil rights organization. We defend the rights of Muslims and all Americans. We have seen a concerted and organized effort and movement. We see people who, they bash Muslims and they cash. They profit from attacking Islam and Muslims. Some of these people, and there are now many organizations, institutions, and individuals, many of them, and I want you to speak up. I want you to communicate with the federal government. I want you to speak to your members of Congress, to your senators, and object to the fact that Islamophobes, anti-Muslim scholars, and self-styled experts are training the federal government, are training the Justice Department, are training the Homeland Security, and are training the Department of Defense on how to deal with the Muslim community. This should not be allowed. It is unconscious. It should be objected to, and the Muslim community should speak up. The Washington Post reported just a few days ago that these so-called experts have been training law enforcement on the national, federal, and local level. And what's the outcome? Those who hate Islam, those who stoke anti-Islam sentiment, are trying to tell the Muslim community that they are aliens, they are enemies, and they're telling the government on how to deal with the Muslim community. That should not be allowed. And we should step up and speak up and make sure that our government listens to objective scholars, that the government takes and invites true and objective Muslim scholars to tell them on issues in the Muslim world and how to deal with the Muslim community. The Muslim community, brothers and sisters, is an asset to this country. It should not be blacklisted. It should be enlisted in every effort to make this country great as it is, and it will be, inshallah. But specifically, as you have seen, on November 2nd, voters were asked to vote to amend the Constitution of the state of Oklahoma to ban Sharia and Islamic law. If they amend and change the Constitution of that state, they eventually would have prevented Muslim ladies to wear hijab to obtain a driver's license. Muslims cannot execute their will. They cannot pay mortgage with Islamic financing, which is your right, and I believe it is everyone's right to do that. 70% voted, and it would have become the law of the state. This is the first time. We cannot allow this to happen. Fear and fear-mongering should not change the Constitution, because the Constitution was written by people who have far vision, people who thought about the future through the ages. They thought about Muslims, Christians, and Jews, and those who do not have faiths. And they said freedom of religion is sacred, no compromise, and the Constitution should not be changed to fix and just discriminate against people, because at one period of time in this history, we should discriminate against people like they did against Catholics, against Italians, against Jews, against African Americans. The father founders, when they wrote the Constitution, they made it clear that it will not be amended, and no majority in this country can vote on the right of the minority, because these rights are sacred and they are untouchable. The CARE office in Oklahoma, we challenged this amendment, and a federal judge ruled that it is unconstitutional, and we won that battle. We won that battle. And we need more people. We need more people to be on the side of the Constitution. But those who proposed that amendment promised that they will take this fight in every state of the Union. So the next election cycle, expect that there will be a challenge, and you have to build coalitions to put up a good fight, a fight for the Constitution, a fight for the values, not only for your children, but for future American generations. It is very important. We believe that the first attempt will manifest itself in the state of Indiana. If you live in Indiana, get ready. Build coalitions. Show up and get ready to fight a legal fight. And we do this fight on behalf of all Americans, although it appears to be a fight on our behalf. Secondly, we need to strengthen our legal team. We cannot fight in words. We fight in the court of public opinion. We have to fight in courts. We need lawyers. So I urge you, brothers and sisters, especially young Muslims, think about pursuing the field of law, journalism, political science, humanities, and I urge parents to urge their children to think about the future by pursuing these fields. We have many good doctors and many engineers. We need lawyers. We need journalists. And I proposed many times, and I will continue to remind myself and all of you, we have about 2,000 mosques in the United States. If each and every mosque raises funds to give a scholarship for a young Muslim or Muslimah to study the field of journalism once a year, political science, law, filmmaking, and others, every year we will have 2,000 lawyers. Every year we will have 2,000 new journalists. Every year we will have 2,000 political commentators. Brothers and sisters, that's how we build the future, and that's how we build the infrastructure of our community. But we have to plan. We have to plan. We have to speak up. We have to be public Muslims, enough by being hiding in the closet. This is the time, as I said, for Islam to thrive, for Islam to shine. And we have to be organized, because our religion is about organizing. Final 2 points. Give me just 1 point. We have to be proactive. I was happy to see that there is a new TV, Muslim TV station, Guides Us or Guide US. You should support it. You should go to their booth and see how you can be part of that success. There's IBN, Islamic Broadcast Network. Support them. All of these public mechanisms of telling our story and our narrative, we should be part of their success. They should not fail because of our lack of support. And finally, brothers and sisters, I hope, if I can make it, some of you should do it. Try to hold an annual banquet in your community to celebrate Muslim achievers in science, in education, in politics, in everything. We have to show our children and children of the whole nation that Muslims in America are scientific, productive, vibrant community. Everyone should be proud of this community. And I hope that some of you will think about issuing a national magazine. It's called the Muslim Achievers. African Americans have it, Hispanics have it, the Jewish community has it, and the Muslim community should start celebrate their leaders in all these fields of success to be role models for our children and for the children of this great nation. May Allah bless you. Thank you for listening, and be organized. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Nahad. I know every one of these leaders has a lot to speak on. And if they will open their hearts and their minds, they can spend everyone by himself, can spend hours and hours out of the skills they have and out of the plans they have in mind and out for the love, the mission they have. I believe in that. Jazakumullah khair. It's my pleasure to introduce to you the chairman of the board of the American Muslims of Palestine, Dr. Hatem Bazian. Please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salamu ala khair al-Muslimin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I just said to Nihad, maybe me and him, we should do a rap.